See, I walked in with 2 cups, feeling like the man of the year. And a broke nigga can't understand 100 grand in these pants over here. 100 grand, picture that, I'ma hit it from the back with my hands on the hill. I'ma fuck your bitch. And I'm smoking out the bag, but I see your man with a zip. Everybody attention on me, cause everything I say so real.
Y'all show me some love on my last video, so I'm gonna do a double drop. Drop. We brought 2 videos back to back. One gonna be a story time, and one gonna be like a Christmas Eve vlog with my kids, and we gonna be doing little fun activities and stuff. So I'm gonna give y'all 2 videos because y'all did kind of show some love. I got a little, is that shade? Look, if my story times ain't your cup of tea, please keep it moving. Okay, that's all you gotta do. You know, you ain't gotta comment, no negativity. I'm sorry, it will be deleted. Okay? Okay? Alright. It's your girl Tammy, Tammy, and I'm back with another story time. Let's go. I forgot to do my intro, y'all, so there you go. Alright, so I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory on Lewis. If you don't know Lewis, he is one of my baby daddies. Irrelevance, but relevance because a lot of the story times may be about him. But I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory on this whole story because it's like you need to know this because y'all probably don't even know because y'all probably knew. And if you knew, hello, subscribe. But anyway, so this time I met Lewis because at the end of whatever, we was together, pregnant, and moved in by 6 months of being together. Yeah. So I met Lewis at a kickback. He came to my birthday party. We started having fun for like a good 3-4 months. I mean, partying dang near 4 nights a week, going out all the time, having fun, going out of time, doing all kind of stuff, like living a fast life. Just period, like just living life. It don't matter what age I was. I'm not gonna tell y'all, cause y'all. But anyway, we was living life for a good 3.5, almost 4 months. Within that 4 months of us, you know, having fun, just being together, enjoying each other company, we had ran into some little crossroads, whatever, but nothing major because we just having fun right now. Like, it ain't even that serious. Even though we together every day, every other day, it ain't that serious yet. Right? Wrong. I found out I was pregnant. Found out I was pregnant. We went to the doctor, you know, got everything checked out. Now, this is where the story time begins. It's right here. And this is where I'm gonna start it. So, we in the car on the way from the doctor. I just found out I'm pregnant. I think I was like 6 weeks. Like, I had literally just got pregnant a month and a half ago. So I'm about 6 weeks pregnant, and he driving, and at this time, no, we don't live together yet. So he driving, and he's just like, just anxious and jittery. You know, in my mind, I'm thinking like, hey, you know, he having another kid, which he already had 2 kids. He having another kid, you know, that what might be wrong with him. So I'm like, you know, what's wrong, boo? Like, you good? Whatever, you know, I'm sleep like a little happy because at this time I only have 1 kid, you know, and I'm thinking I'm about to be with him, so I'm happy. Right? Right. So we drive, I'm like, he's still acting weird. I'm like, what's wrong with you? So he looked me dead in my eye like, no, for real. It's so funny because he looked me, he turned to me, like, just imagine somebody driving and them turning to you, like, looking you straight in your face. He turned to me, looked me straight in my face, and was like, can I move in with you? I was like, huh? Like, I know I just found out I'm pregnant, but huh? You just gonna move out your house like that and move in with me? Well, no, he was living with his brother, but I thought it was like a roommate situation. Come to find out, okay, y'all, a lot of bones got dropped on me in one day. So he was like, "Can you move in with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can." I just found out we pregnant, like I was gonna say, and why not? Of course you can move in with me. He was like, "All right, cool, let's go pick up my stuff." Golly. I mean, all your stuff must get fit in the car. It did. Y'all, we really went and picked up all his stuff. But guess where we went and picked up all his stuff from? He was never living with his brother. He was living with a whole nother girl the whole time. When we got there, he parked and he was like, "Okay, wait, something else I gotta tell you." I'm like, "Wait." He was like, "I was living with a girl, but she don't live here no more. She went back to her baby daddy, so she just been letting me stay here, you know, while she was gone till I find somewhere to stay." So the whole time, I don't think you live with your brother. You live with the girl that lives on top of your brother. Yeah. Am I like telling this too fast? No? Okay. Okay, so after we drove over there, got all his clothes out of her house, because for some dumb reason I went for it. I don't know. I did. So we got his stuff. You know, she wasn't no problem. The story was actually true. She had moved back to another town with her baby daddy. So that story was actually true. So after he moved all his stuff in my house, he really had like a couple of crates, a couple of clothes, and studio equipment because he was a little rapper. Cool. We moved all his stuff that day, whatever, in my house. Cool. I'm like, okay, I found out pregnant today. I found out my man was really homeless today. I found out that he was living with a bitch today. But hey, this my man. I'm gonna stick beside him. And he is. Yeah. So we get home that night after moving everything in the house. And we chilling, you know, soaking up the fact that, you know, we just find out we about to have a kid, another kid or whatever. And he turned to me and he said he got something else to tell me. Oh, okay.
I'm not for the bullshit. I'm not.
All right now. Don't tell me nothing else. So he was like, "Nah, they serious." I'm like, "Wait. I got another baby on the way." I said, "You got another baby on the way?" He said, "Yeah, I got another baby on the way, but she was pregnant before I met you. What can I do about it?" I was like, "Okay, like, do she know that we together and I'm pregnant?" He was like, "Oh yeah, she know all that. It wasn't like that. It was a one night stand. She just kept the baby. I told her to smort it, but she didn't. She didn't want to get rid of it." I'm like, "Okay, why does she want to get rid of it?" He was like, "I don't know. She didn't believe in it. Blah 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 blah." Cool. Can't take that away from her. I understand. So after he done told me he got another baby on the way, he was living with a bitch. He was never living with his brother and asked me to move in with him. And I found out I'm pregnant all in the same day. I was like, okay, let me sleep on all this. Like, I'ma just sleep on it. You know, the relationship just starting out. Everybody come with you know, a little extra stuff on. So I was like, look, just let me sleep on this and we can talk about this in the morning. Cool. So I go to bed. So I end up waking up the next morning. We talked about it, and you know, I accepted everything. I accepted it for what it was. I can't do nothing about no baby that you already got on the way. Can I? Really? No, I can't do nothing about it. Really can't be upset about nothing that was going on before, because let's just be honest, like, we wasn't in an established relationship until he moved in with me that day when he dropped all those bombs on me. Right? Okay, cool. So what we gonna do is fast forward to when the girl was about to have a baby. The girl who was pregnant. She was 5 months pregnant when I found out she was pregnant. So we're gonna fast forward to 4 months when she had the baby. She called, you know, we went to the hospital, everything. We went to the hospital. I didn't go in. I stayed outside. He went to the hospital, you know, the whole little shebang or whatever. I didn't too much, you know, get in between any of that or whatever. You know, he was there for the birth of the baby. So we're gonna fast forward past that, because as you know that I find out I'm pregnant. So when she had her baby, we fast forward, she was 9 months, I was 5 months pregnant now. Right? So she just had her baby. So that's another baby he done had. So that make him have 3 babies. No. That makes him have 4 babies, because he told me he had a whole nother son in New Orleans. So he just throwing stuff on me. So now he got the son in New Orleans, the 2 church he already told me about, and this one, that makes 4. Plus my baby in my stomach, that makes 5. While I'm 5 months, I found out he had 3 extra children, plus the one he just had, and I'm pregnant. So that's 5 children. I'm accepting all this. All this that coming with this. I'm accepting all this. Cool. So yeah, like I said, I'm accepting all this. Like, I'm accepting all this. As if I'm not already accepting enough from him, he puts the icing on the cake. So I'm gonna say 2 more months passed by. I'm gonna fast forward 2 more months from when I was 5 months to when I was 7 months. I get a knock on my door. I say, who is it? They said, police department. I said, police department? What is the police doing in my door? So I opened my door, big as ever, pregnant. They was like, ma'am, are you such and such? Say my name. I said, yes, you know, that's me. What's going on? He was like, he looked at me like, she pregnant, so, like, I'm like, what's up? Like, what's going on? He was like, well, your neighbor across the street in building A stated that you and her got to arguing over the weekend, and we just wanted to make a report about it. I said, well, you at the wrong house, because I didn't get to argue with anybody over the weekend. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So he was like, you don't know what I'm talking about? I was like, no. How can I be arguing with somebody? I'm clearly 7 months pregnant. So I didn't get to argue with nobody. You know, you got the wrong house. I'm sorry. He was like, well, is this your name? Showing me the paper. I'm like, yeah, that's my name. But they must have got the wrong house, because I didn't argue with nobody. He was like, oh, well, you may need to go, you know, speak with the rent lady up there, because, you know, I don't know. I'm just coming to where, you know, I was sent to. And the rent office sent him to my house. I'm like, the rent office sent you to my house? He was like, yes, ma'am. I said, okay, thank you. I'm going to put on some clothes and I'm going to go up there. No, I closed the door. When I turned around, I noticed Louis is standing behind me. I ain't said his name the whole time. I just been calling his ass he. But Louis standing behind me. And I turned around, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why you standing behind me like that? I'm like, I'm about to put on some clothes, go ahead, because they tell me I don't got to argue with a girl across the street. I don't even know the girl across the street. Like, I don't talk to nobody over here. Only neighbor I talk to is the one that stayed directly in front of me. I don't talk to nobody who live in a whole nother building. So he was like, what they say? I said, they say I got an argument in the girl that live in A. And that's not true because I don't know nobody who live in A. He was like, oh. But he was like acting weird and like extra jittery, like pacing and stuff. I'm like, but I ain't thinking nothing of it because I'm thinking about the police just was at my door. So I go slap me on the pants because I had only had on the robe. I slap me on the pants, put on my bedroom shoes, and walk up to the rent office. So I get in the rent office. I notice that another girl is sitting in the chair already, as if, and the rent lady is sitting in her chair, as if, you know, they expected me. Like, no cap. Like, they was really expecting me to be up there. So I look at her, but I'm like, she must be in here for another reason. So I speak with the rent lady. I'm like, hey, ma'am, they just came to my house saying I got to argue with somebody. They said you seen them. They got the wrong house because I didn't get argued with nobody. So she was like, well, there is something that I need to tell you. She skipped right over everything I just said. She didn't tell me why she sent the police to my house or nothing. She just skipped over everything I said and said, well, there's something she needed to tell me. I'm like, what you need to tell me? Like, I don't come up here. Like, I don't come to the rent office unless I'm paying the bill or coming to my mailbox. So, wait. She was like, oh, she is pregnant by your baby daddy. Who is pregnant by my baby daddy? She was like, she points to the girl who's sitting in the chair. I'm like, she ain't pregnant by my baby daddy. And then I hear the rent door open, bust open, because I don't know, was he ear hustling at the door or what? And like, no.
Oh, she's lying, she's not pregnant by me, she's lying.
So I'm looking like, I'm like appalled. Like, I'm looking at everybody like they the ops. I'm just looking in circles like I'm lost. She was like, yeah, he's been over her house. She's been sleeping with her, and she's pregnant. I'm like, well, why are you telling me this? And why did I send the police to my house? Like, what is going on? And I'm so young, like, I'm so dumbfounded. Like, I honestly and truly, like, didn't know, like, they was kind of, like, violating me. Like, that's why when you young, you gotta have somebody in your corner with you. But anyway, I'm just looking around. I'm lost. I'm baffled. I'm looking at him, looking at her. I'm looking at her. Can't do nothing to her because I'm 7 months pregnant. Ain't nothing I can do. Can't fight her. Can't do nothing. I'm looking at her. She got a smirk on her face like she ain't showing. She's skinny. So I'm thinking like, you know, whatever. I just turn around and I walk out the rent office. Like, I walk really fast. Like, you know how you walk real fast and like you just kind of like, you don't cry. Like, it don't be like, the tears just fall like blank tears. Like, just say I start crying right now. But I don't have a facial expression. I don't sound sad. I was just really walking fast with tears just rolling down my eyes. And I just like go in the house and I like fall on the floor and I'm like crying like I'm in a Lifetime movie or something. And then he busts in the door. He's like,
Oh, she's lying. She's not pregnant by me. She's lying. That's not my baby.
I'm like, you been sleep with my neighbor?
That's weird.
I let you move in my house and you go sleep with my neighbor and get her pregnant?
Oh, that's not my baby. That's not my baby. That's not my baby. She's lying. I never slept with her. She's lying.
That was his story and he was sticking to it. And I'm gonna stop it right there, y'all. Cause I'm tired of telling this story time. I'm do a part 2. I'm gonna do a part 2. Okay? like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come back for the next story time, because I feel like I can't talk as loud because it's late and everybody kind of sleeps, so I can't be as animated. I can't say what I want to say, how I need to say it, because I don't know who listening. I don't know who ear hustling in this house.
See, I walked in with 2 cups, feeling like the man of the year. And a broke nigga can't understand 100 grand in these pants over here. Picture that, I'ma hit it from the back with my hands on the hill. I'ma fuck your bitch. And I'm smoking out the bag, but I see your man with a zip. Everybody attention on me, cause everything I say so real.